we've talked about, this defense for the Mavs, how they've come about it. And I think the emergence of Josh Green has upped that defense in a way, right? Him being able to play 22 minutes and getting to that point where the Mavericks now not just have Maxey and Dorian, who they've had forever. They add Reggie Bullock this offseason. He's been an asset on defense as well. And then Josh Green is basically an addition because he just did not play besides the crazy COVID stretch the Mavericks had last year. He plays in this game. His defense has been an asset to this team, and then he scores 18 points just to cap it off, just to cap it off, and just to add to it, and that's been massive for the Mavs.
Oh, he swung the game. I mean, I feel like we've said this a couple of games where, oh man, Josh Green came in the game and just changed the game. But I feel like he really did swing the game. I mean, like you said, he 18 this game, career high. He was a +9. The
game after scoring 17 points, which was his career high, right? Like followed it up with it.
Yeah, and he hit the 1-3 that he took in this game. I mean, I think that's the next level for him is his shooting. We all know that. He knows that.
He had to hit that 3, right? That 3 was an incredible. We'll talk about this stretch a little bit, but beginning of the fourth quarter, Luka was falling down. He drives into the paint and falls over. And while he's falling over, it was just like that Memphis shot, except for instead of a shot, it was a pass. He kicked it over to Josh Green, wide open in the corner, and Luka was just looking from the ground like, oh, you SOB, you better make this shot. I just fell down and like
it was a nice pass.
Risked everything to get this pass over to you, and he nails it.
So he hits that 3. He's still got to work on his form and stuff. But man, I mean, I feel like that's what all the Mavs fans are talking about right now. I mean, I got text tonight about him. Twitter's just talking about him because, I think in even one of the solo pods I did when you were out I did like a mini journey of Josh Green, of him getting drafted to DMPCDs to, man, how does Josh feel? Frank Ntilikina came in and just passed him up. And it's like, we just kind of thought he was an afterthought. Like I joked with you after the game and saying, hey, you think Mavs fans just want him as a throw-in for a Dragic deal right now?
Yeah, and still, do they still want that?
I mean, that was realistic, how many months ago of
for fans, it was realistic.
Yes, for a lot of fans out there, it was like, oh, just throw him in there in a potential Dragic deal. And now it's like, is he a young piece with this team? And I'm going to go a step further, and this might be a little hot take-ish a little bit here, but when fully healthy, KP's back. You have a starting lineup of KP and Dwight and Dorian and Brunson and Luka. And let's just say you're running a tight rotation, 8-man rotation. It's the playoffs. Why does Josh Green not play over Tim Hardaway Jr.? It's Reggie Bullock. It's Maxey. Those are locks coming off the bench. And I'm just saying right now, like I get the money dispute. I get all of that. And I get that Tim Hardaway Jr. is a really good, 3-point shooter. And hey, you need the jolt of offense. But I'm just saying, like, that's just something I'm entertaining right now. Of like, why doesn't Josh Green play over Tim Hardaway if it's an 8-man type of rotation in a playoff series? I just wanted to toss that out there.
Whew. I can feel the cinders. The cinders are just burning under that take. The way that Tim Hardaway is playing right now, and the way Josh Green is playing right now, makes that take not as hot as it normally would be, right? And I think the reason why Tim would be out there is that jolt of offense. Is he's one more guy that can hit a shot when like you take Tim out of that lineup. All of a sudden, you got some shaky 3-point shooters. Bullock has been kind of a shaky 3-point shooter. Dorian and Maxey have been really solid, but they're not going to do anything besides like stand still, spot up shots. Tim can do a little bit on the move. You have him hitting those mid-range shots that he can.
Yeah.
He's just a streaky guy. You get, every third night from him is awesome. And then the other 2 nights are just bad right now. And they're not even like decent. They're bad right now. Yeah. Every other
But I get it too. Like Tim's gonna have the game where he puts up like 26 and he hits.
That's the why.
Yeah, and so I get all of that. I'm just saying that Josh has been playing so well as of late, and when you look at all the things that he does well and how those strengths complement this team, and they complement a Luka, they complement a Jalen Brunson. His cutting ability, excellent. Like he is. Sometimes it feels like he is the only guy out there that's moving without the ball. And I don't have his shot chart in front of me, but he was 8 of 10 from the field. How many of those 8, baskets were within, 12 feet from the basket? Like
all of them, except for the 1-3.
Yeah, so
All of them were within like around the rim.
yeah, so like that's the type of stuff that he just brings all the intangible types. And so anyway, I'm really proud of him. I'm excited for him. I'm excited for the Mavs like organization on that, because him being good, it really does matter to this team on this rookie contract and all of that. So yeah, hats off to Josh. He changed the game tonight.
Absolutely, he absolutely changed the game, and I don't want to take away too much from Josh Green, but one of the other reasons why you played Tim over Josh is because it would just be like teams threatening Josh Green to shoot every time on defense, right? They would just like pull a guy away from Josh. But the thing is the cutting, right? The cutting kind of negates that a little bit.
Yeah.
And we saw that in this game where if they're going to back off of Josh Green, then he's going to cut and he's going to find a way to get into the paint. And he said after the game, when you get into the paint, good things happen. And so he did that. He's able to hit guys. He only had 1 assist in this game, but it was a really good pass.
And when the ball's moving, that's when cutting's even more important. Like
right.
when it's ISO ball and it's just like, hey, one guy dribbling. Yeah, well, that's when it's like, oh my gosh, they're just gonna sag off this guy. But if they're all moving and moving without the ball and cutting and passing and all this stuff, that's where his strengths come into play a lot. So I'm not saying I'm fully there. It's just something I was thinking about. I'm like, dang, there might be times that I might prefer Josh out there than Tim, if you had to choose. Now you can always run a 9-man rotation. It'll be fine. There's enough minutes for them. It's just when KP comes back, I'll be interested to see how